Watch this video to learn how to get more traffic to your WordPress blogs. Travis Campbell here of MarketingProfessor.com, and I'm glad you're watching this video. Today's exclusive Skype interview is with the gentleman you see just above me on the screen there. I'll introduce him in just a second, but before I do that, I want to let you know that for those of you that are watching on YouTube, if you want to see the full article or full review of his product, follow the link in the description below. And if you're watching this video, for those of you that are watching this video on Marketing Professor, just be aware that at the end of the video it will redirect you to Matt's product page. So if you don't want that, just stop the video before the end, otherwise it'll take you directly to the page. Lastly, I'm going to be doing an exclusive bonus for those of you who identify yourselves as someone that wants to move forward with Matt's product, and we'll allude to that again toward the end of the interview. It's going to be a special bonus to help you get even more traffic leveraging another strategy that Matt has uncovered. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you today to Matt Lewis, that's right above me there. Matt, where are you dialing in from here?
From Dallas, Texas. Thanks for having me here, Travis.
No problem. Well, we're going to cover a few questions, but before we do that, Matt, is it fair to say that you make a full-time income on the internet?
Yes, it is.
It is. And what is your primary strategy? I'm kind of leading into this, but you're an SEO guy, right?
Yes, I am an SEO guy. I really have three different areas that I focus in. One is doing SEO for my own personal network of sites. I also do some consulting. Really not a whole lot of it, but just for select clients that fit my criteria. And then lastly is product creation. Basically what I've done is I've taken some of the proprietary methodologies I've developed in my own program and that I know are successful and provide great results, and I've packaged some of those items into software products like we're going to talk about today.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you're again dialing in from Texas. I'm in Denver, so we're spanning the internet. I've actually never had the privilege of meeting Matt face to face. In fact, I was introduced to him a few weeks ago online, and so we haven't got to meet. But the reason I wanted to bring you on was because I think, I know that what it is that you're offering is a need that is out there, and I'm excited to introduce folks to it. But before we get there, let's talk a little bit about pingbacks and why they're important. So how would you define a pingback? Break it down real simple for folks in terms of SEO. What is a pingback?
Yeah, sure, Travis. Well, for starters, a lot of people, they just get really confused about pingbacks because they're like, oh man, what are these pingback things? I hear about them and I really don't know what they are, but it's really, really, really simple. It's basically a protocol that WordPress uses. If one blog links to another blog, then that blog will notify the other blog and saying, hey, I just sent a link to you. And that's all it is. It's basically one blog saying hello to the other blog. I've done a link to you, and that's essentially all a pingback is. It's really just that easy. It's a notification system that somebody else with a blog just like yours has sent a link to you. That simple.
Excellent, excellent. So, and links, of course, are important for people that want to improve their rankings with SEO, of course, because links are a factor or an indicator to the search engines that's a site that should get their attention or be flagged for attention or better rankings, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Every time someone sends a link to your site, they're basically referring someone else or the visitor on that page to your site. So it's a recommendation. It's all often been called a vote. So you have more people voting for you. Most likely, you're going to be the most popular authority on that topic, whatever the link's about. So if you have more links about blue widgets than anybody else, then you are probably the authority site for blue widgets. So I mean, insert your keyword there, whatever that is for those links. But that's how the search engines, or just one of the ways the search engines know what your site's all about.
So say you find out you have a pingback to your site, and again, this is what we're talking about specifically for those that have WordPress blogs and not at WordPress.com, but they're hosting it on their own domain, correct?
Yes, be on your own domain, correct.
Okay. So I've got a pingback. I know this site is linking to me. I find out through one of the various mechanisms. What can I do with that information to help the site rank better?
Well, so when you find out that somebody else is linking to you, that's great that you know, but if the search engines don't know about it, they're not going to count that link as a referral source or as a vote for your site. So what you want to do is take that notification, and then you also want to make sure the search engines find out about it. They'll probably find out about it in time. I mean, it could take them a while to get there depending on how popular the site is that has the link on it, but you can sometimes help the search engines find it. And by doing that, it'll give credit that link a lot quicker and give you results much quicker than you would if you just waited for it to be found, right, somehow, hopefully one day.
Excellent. So the other thing I would want to allude to is that a lot of people could use software and technology and even pingbacks in sort of a malicious way, a black hat way, as it's known. That's not something we're talking about here with the software that you provide, or in fact leveraging pingbacks correctly. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. The software we're going to talk about, it just basically accomplishes the second half of the part that we just discussed, which is helping the search engines find the links. So, I mean, you're going to go and create those links whichever way you want. This is just a tool and a system that you can put. It's automated, you can put it in place, and it just helps bring lots of attention to those pingbacks that are on someone else's site for those votes that they're, that site's giving to you, so that it can get exposure quickly in the eyes of the search engines.
Excellent. So, in a limited time frame, because we only have so much time with this video,
right,
somebody could find out their pingbacks to their site if they have a WordPress blog, and then they could go to strengthen those links. Right? They could go and get links to those sites that are linking to their site, and by doing that, they're actually strengthening the authority of their own site by strengthening the authority of the site that's linking to them. Am I explaining that correctly?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's a great explanation of how it works.
So there's nothing to buy in that situation, right? They could go out and do it themselves, or they could outsource it or whatever, correct?
Yeah, they sure could. They could go into their WordPress blog and they could copy and paste every one of those pingbacks into a spreadsheet, and they could, hire someone on Odesk or wherever and say, here, go and, submit all these links to these different places and reinforce them. It would just take thousands and thousands of man hours and probably thousands of dollars to do it effectively.
Depending on how many links they have, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. If you have one or two, that wouldn't take long, but if you're actively marketing your website, you should have a solid stream of pingbacks notifying, like, hey, other people are linking to your site. So
right, so it's not going to encompass all the potential pings to the site, because not all sites are going to be publishing on the WordPress platform. However, because WordPress is free, it's so flexible and extendable, a lot of companies, organizations, individuals are using WordPress to publish online, and that's where we're getting this advantage, correct?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's just millions and millions of WordPress blogs on the web, and there's, I imagine there's 100,000 plus a day being built brand new as well. I mean, this, the stick rate and the take rate of WordPress has really just gone crazy.
Well, let's move forward quickly because we're running out of time. I apologize, but talk a little bit about what Pingback Optimizer does and how it makes life easier for website owners.
Okay, so in a nutshell, it takes those pingbacks that we just talked about, those notifications that someone else has sent a link to you, and it groups them together into groups of 10 to 20. You can decide how many you want. It turns them into an RSS feed, and then it submits them to 29 different RSS directories. And so what that does is it generates 29 links back to that RSS feed, which in turn gets funneled out to every one of the other links that's in there. So you're effectively building 29 links to every one of the pingbacks that you get, which are links on other people's websites.
So tell me a little bit, when someone installs this software on their site, on their blog, does it go out and just do them all at once, or does it kind of drip those out? Talk a little bit about the appearance of it from the search engine side.
Well, so what it does is you can set a schedule inside the plugin that suits you. You can also do it daily or weekly or even monthly if you're not a heavy promoter of your website. It doesn't matter if you just have a few pingbacks on a monthly basis or thousands of them. You're definitely going to want to reinforce every single one that you can. So we went ahead and put some scheduling options in there, that fit almost basically every scenario that we could think of.
And also, one other thing I learned that I thought was interesting and unique is that you're kind of throttling it, right? Because you're not initiating or processing those until someone actually comes to the site. So it's not going to be overwhelmed. It's going to take a visitor to trigger that action. Am I clarifying that properly?
Yeah, if you have a whole bunch of pingbacks already sitting there, you just haven't figured out what to do with them. If you install, once you install the plugin and you click on, process the existing pingbacks, you're absolutely right. What it does is it uses the traffic to trigger the process, so it's just not, running full speed on your server and slowing everything down. But we did that on purpose because we didn't. Number one, didn't want to kill anybody's web server, and we wanted to make sure that it was a very, very web-friendly plugin.
Well, and a lot of these sites are on shared hosting accounts, and some of which have follow the processor utilization and all that stuff. I've had a number of occasions go to one of my sites, and it's throwing a default message saying that it's high utilization, we can't serve the page, and that's no fun.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, I think from what I've seen, and I've experimented with the plugin. I'm doing a longer term test right now, but what I've seen, I'm planning on putting it on all of my sites, and I think what you're charging for it, for that unlimited license, the value is definitely there in terms of what it would cost me to outsource someone to do all this manually, and I think it's a great value, and I'd like to encourage you that if you're somebody that owns a WordPress blog and you get what we're talking about with these pingbacks, you could realize a noticeable spike in traffic to your site just because you're getting more votes to the content that's being linked to on your site. Okay, Matt, so one thing I really appreciated about your product is that you're including this thing called your article marketing blueprint. I think that's what it's called, right? And I looked through that, and that's top-notch stuff. Why did you decide to include that?
Well, I wanted to make sure that when people got the Pingback Optimizer plugin, they knew exactly what to do with it, so they could just leverage their success to the hilt. And so I put in there basically step by step how I do article marketing and how I just generate thousands of backlinks doing article marketing. So one example is a new site I just launched at the beginning of this year. In the first 60 days of this year, it had 9,000 pingbacks, which that's basically 9,000 sites with links back to my site. But I used the article marketing blueprint to make that happen.
Right, and this is the blueprint that you follow in your own business and dealings with clients to increase the rankings of sites.
I use it on my own websites too. So it's it's an evergreen system / process that has provided results just over and over again for as long as I've been using it, which is years.
Well, I looked through it and it looked really solid. I think it's worth the value of the plugin that you're charging itself. That blueprint, that information, that blueprint can make all the difference if you're thinking about using the internet and network sites and article marketing to grow your traffic on your site. Any other final words or clarifications you'd like to offer, Matt?
Travis, I think you pretty much covered it, and I'm in the same shoes you are. I mean, I already have it on all the websites that I either operate, promote, or own, and I've basically used to do this manually in the past, and I was like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a software solution to do this, and so that's why I built the plugin, because there's a definite need for this plugin for anybody with a WordPress blog that's doing doing promotions for their website and wants to get increased traffic and higher rankings in the search engine. So I agree with you. For anyone that I consult with, it's a no-brainer. The first step is get your blog set up right, and Pingback Optimizer is definitely on the list of things to do there.
Excellent. Well, if you want to move forward with Pingback Optimizer and want to look at the video that Matt's put together on the page, just follow the link right above my head, below Matt's chin there. And if you want the bonus, I'm going to stop the video right now, but we're going to continue to talk about a special strategy that Matt has discovered in all his years doing SEO stuff to further enhance what Pingback Optimizer is doing and get you even more traffic. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be giving that video away as a bonus. So if you are over on Marketing Professor, you'll see the instructions below the video, down below in the post, to talk about how to get access to that bonus. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to follow the link in the description section to go to the full post and find out what you need to do to get access to this special bonus. Thanks again, Matt, for doing that. Well, again, my name is Travis Campbell of MarketingProfessor.com with my distinguished guest from Houston, Matt Lewis. Again, you can find Matt at MaximizerMatt.com. It's a new site that he's just launching. My name is Travis Campbell of MarketingProfessor.com. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll look forward to speaking with you next time on the web.